The Daily Currant, an online satirical newspaper, although it's pretty murky how satirical they are sometimes, judging by the relation to realism that some of their posts have. They're not nearly as clearly satirical as The Onion. Posted a piece about Paul Krugman, the Nobel Prize winning economist, a regular columnist for the New York Times, that he is personally bankrupt. And now, this is an ironic story because Paul Krugman is a Nobel Prize winning economist, and it is a good story to jump on if you're a conservative-leaning blog like Breitbart, because Paul Krugman has come out against the austerity measures that have gripped the European governments and have, according to him, which we agree with, plunged their economies back into recession because governments need to be spending to get out of these times of recession.
One of the very few economists to do so, and there's a interesting debate he had with Joe Scarborough, which we'll link down below so that you can watch that. It's about 50 minutes long, where Krugman does a fantastic job of laying out what his vision is for helping the economy without resorting to these austerity measures.
And Scarborough has no comeback. It shows how much of an empty suit he is. And it really speaks to how much Scarborough needs to be taken off the air at MSNBC.
Absolutely.
Because all he does is ad hominem attack in that Charlie Rose piece. But anyway, back to this.
Right.
Breitbart.com jumps all over the fake story on the Daily Currant and reports it as real.
What makes this really interesting is that Krugman knew about this story on Friday. He was even asked about it by a Russian journalist. The Boston Globe published it on their website. So it was out there, but Krugman...
The Boston Globe published it without any reference to the Daily Currant because an Australian newspaper had published it as real.
The webs of the internet.
That's right. And it just
the need for fact-checking.
Exactly. And the need for people to have restraint in these times of the race to get the story on first.
But to just show you how brilliant Krugman is he found out about it on Friday and he said, all right, I'm just going to let this float out there and see which right-wing conservative media outlet picks up on it. And sure enough, hook, line, and sinker. Breitbart just publishes it,
takes the bait,
then realizes that it's a fake story, and without a correction, which is the ethical thing to do
when you're a news organization,
they take it down, and the link is now to a 404 forbidden page.